All right, I'm gonna show you how to use 6.5-inch round speakers in your ep3 doors. I'll make another video for the rear. I'm sure it's gonna be the same way. If you don't know how to remove the door panel, I have a video on that. If you're starting with the head unit, I have a video how to remove the center console. So here's the OEM speaker. Get a flathead screwdriver. There's a little clip. Pop that off the top, and then directly in the middle underneath there's another one. And here's what you'll be looking at, this odd opening in your door. Make a template. I used the cardboard that the speakers came in, so it was perfectly round, exactly the size I needed. And then I drew an outline around it where the tabs are. First, line that up, cut, draw it with a Sharpie or etch it, or one of those white markers or something, and then cut it out with your, I used a Milwaukee tool, like a Dremel, with a 2.5 or so inch disc. Slowly, wear glasses. Obviously, disconnect your battery before you mess with anything electrical. Then you will have what I've got on the other side. And I didn't care to make it pretty. You can make yours pretty if you feel like it. So it's pretty round now. Then I lined up the notches I have for my speaker tabs. Drilled that out. These are riv nuts. You could use the cheapo. Yours may or may not, your speakers may or may not have come with the little cheap clips that you can put like essentially a wood screw in. I didn't want to do anything like that. I don't want to take the door panel off another time. I want to do it right. So I use riv nuts. Mine are M5. If you've never used those before, if you like having tools, I would get one. Here's the pliers for it. You basically just put one of these guys on there. Let me switch hands. All right. This is a riv nut. It's threaded. And basically it's kind of like a, well, like the name suggests, rivet. You cut the proper size hole. This is not the proper size hole, but if it were, you'd put it in there and you squeeze. That pulls the little bolt inside the end there. That pulls it and it just crimps the threads on the back side. If you do anything, any custom work, if you ever, I don't know, mount a fuel filter and you made a custom bracket, or like a fuel pressure regulator, something like that, you can mount to your firewall with these things really nicely. I would use bigger than M5s, but that's what I'm using. And then I got some nice Phillips like bolts essentially that I'm going to use for these. I'm also going to, because this car rattles enough already, and we've got temperatures below 20 degrees Fahrenheit pretty often, I'm going to put weather stripping on the back side of my cheap speaker here. I don't know how many seasons that'll last, but it'll be something. I didn't have the electric clips, but I always have tons of heat shrink tubing, so that's what I'm going to use. One odd thing that the EP had was 2 wires to the positive and the negative, but they ended up going to the same clip. So I'm just gonna wire them together. I don't know why Honda did that and didn't just run a thicker gauge, but that's what they decided to do. And I would definitely recommend, before you get your panel back on, check the speaker, send it all to the front right in this case. Check your base as well, up and down, and that will tell you if you've got your, if the base corresponds properly, then you've got your wiring correctly, meaning, negative and positive. Good luck.